Hey guys, before you actually get into watching this podcast, just want to let you know that if you want to see any video, please go into the description and you can watch it on our Spotify playlist. We're trying to take what's from our Spotify and also add it to our YouTube, and there was some mix-up and we couldn't recover the video footage for YouTube, but it is on our Spotify page. Going forward, you will be seeing any kind of video footage on YouTube, but just wanted to let you know beforehand. Enjoy the podcast episode. Hello guys, and welcome back to another podcast episode. This series will include myths, spirits, demons, hauntings, and any legends we can get our hands on. I'm Tristen.
I am Nathan.
I'm Ryan.
And everything I said was completely not true because we're changing up the game a little bit, but we'll get into that a bit later. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing pretty well.
Come on guys, give me details. What's going on in your lives?
Well, on our side, we're starting up maple sugaring season, so that's pretty exciting.
Oh, I forgot your family did that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, just working at the airport, trying to get our big investigation ready.
Yeah. And when are we, do we have a date we're releasing what it is?
Whenever we book it.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure everything's booked before we announce it.
Yeah.
I was kind of showing Nate before we did the podcast episode. Nate didn't really remember much about the Morgue Investigation, so I was showing him our video that we released on it. Do you remember anything about that investigation, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I remember a lot of it. A lot of it we took out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't take out. We lost the footage. But, yeah, I remember a lot, yeah.
I do want to tell the story on how we scored the investigation because I think that's a hilarious story. But what was happening in the house? Like, because you actually talked with the owner and stuff. What was he like reporting and stuff?
Like before we did it, like
yeah.
Well, he told me he really didn't experience anything. He experienced little things, like he felt like someone was watching him and just like minor stuff. But I mean, he is renovating that house, so you're in that house for probably well over 8 hours. You're gonna kind of get paranoid, I guess is the best way to put it. So he really didn't say he experienced anything. It was the neighbors that told him the house was haunted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you gotten into contact with him after we did the investigation?
I haven't. I don't know if Rick has.
Okay, I wonder if he's experiencing anything now.
No, I wonder if he has, or if he's even working on the house now.
That would be sad if we investigated it and then he just sells it. Like,
no, I meant because of winter.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, it was a really crazy investigation. I wish we didn't lose any footage because we had more from the portal session. Like we had it say Ian's name, which is crazy.
That was downstairs. That was the best part, was when we were downstairs.
Which, for the listeners, Ian is the medium that warned us of the house. And he was also the medium that was in the Conjuring House investigation. And so, what was Ian's reaction when we told him that it was saying his name?
I text him and he's like, "No, it didn't." I'm like, "Yeah." You guys remember, Ian was originally supposed to be there with us,
right?
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
But
I do remember that.
Something came up and he couldn't come with us, but he was supposed to be with us. So it's weird that it said his name.
Yeah. No, that was pretty weird. I think there was at one point, and we lost the footage, but I did ask if it knew my brother's name, because he recently passed on, and I'm pretty sure they said the name. But I can't go back because the video got corrupted.
Oh.
Yeah.
But But yeah, there was a lot of things that happened in that, and it was kind of weird because I think we were the first people to investigate it, because it
I
seemed like none of the ghosts knew how to use any of the other equipment other than the spirit box.
Well, what was so weird to me is, the neighbor said this house is so haunted. We go in there. We were probably in there, what, 4 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the first 3 hours, nothing happened. The
Yeah.
spirit box, until we brought out the portal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even
Yeah.
you and Nate walked over to the cemetery.
Mm.
Yeah, I
And
cut
nothing
that
happened.
completely out of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what had happened was, I remember we were getting things set up, and the REM pod. So, well, actually, I think it was before that. We were like trying to like do stuff with the REM pod, and which is the motion detector, and we were trying to do stuff with the EMF, and we were getting nothing. So I was like, "Here, I'll take Nate and Cameron, and we'll go to the cemetery next door. And then maybe we'll get something there. And when we come back, maybe we'll bring something back to the house or something. I don't know." Or whoever is in the house would start experiencing things because there's less people in the house,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember we went to the cemetery and we got absolutely nothing. Like, it was cold. It was just walking around. And every time we investigate that cemetery, we always go to that same tree. And nothing happens. And I think after maybe an hour being in that cemetery, we came back. And
Yeah.
there was some crazy stuff that was going on with the portal. And that was actually when it was dark, like dark. But before that, I think it was the REM pod. I'm not sure. I know that we were setting stuff up and the REM pod was going off, and then we were trying to test the walkie-talkies. And Cameron, don't know why, he went on the other side of the REM pod. And that's how that sequence played out. And then he fell. He like tripped on a bunch of like metal like boards and stuff, which I thought was hilarious. But afterwards, he told me he was just glad he wasn't impaled because there was a lot of nails sticking out.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah, there was a lot. And I actually remember when I was sitting upstairs, I didn't even think about it twice. I just sat down on the floor, and after a while, Cam was like, "Is that a piece of glass?" And I looked down. I'm like, "Oh, there's pieces of glass everywhere." I'm like, "Thank God I didn't sit on a piece of glass." Yeah, we didn't really. The guy told us that he was renovating, but I don't think we took that very seriously. Or at least I didn't. Still a lot of danger stuff everywhere.
Oh yeah, I mean, even walking like upstairs, there's pieces of the floor missing, and yeah, that's a little sketchy.
Yeah, especially when you get in the right spot and it feels like it's gonna your foot's gonna go through.
Yeah, on the second floor, it gave me quite a scare. I was walking, and then the floor started to feel like it was about to cave in. And I'm like, "Oh my God." And then Cam was like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "I thought he said this place was stable." And he was like, "It is." I'm like, "It doesn't feel like it is." I'm like, "I don't feel safe anymore."
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah.
In some, but he didn't tell us what those spots were. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there was we even went to the basement where they burned the bodies, and I think we lost that footage. So there was
yeah, I think we did.
There was a lot of stuff that we actually captured, but we couldn't use, which was sad.
We didn't really get a lot in the basement.
No,
though.
Not in the basement, but on the ground floor we got a lot.
Yeah, the ground floor.
Oh.
The cat kept going off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are you oohing about over there?
I just remembered something about that, and some footage being cut, and I think I actually put it on Discord somewhere for at least one thing that I saw that we didn't include.
Right. So, when me and Nate hopped on call, he told me that he captured something outside the window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had footage of it, and I think I uploaded it to the Discord server somewhere.
and I never knew about it,
I'm
and
gonna see
Yeah.
if I can.
I would have included that in the edit if I knew that we
I'm
had
gonna see
it.
if I can. I'm gonna see if I can find that real quick just to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff, but it was very cold, and like the windows were there were no windows. It was just outside,
No.
so
Mhm.
it was freezing, and
Yeah.
we actually experienced a lot of things that we debunked. Like forgot how I think it was pretty early on in the video. Me, Nate, and Cameron went upstairs and we heard whistling.
I do remember that.
And I went to go and investigate it, and then I heard something that came out on the Ovulus, and it said contract, but it really and even when you look at the video, it sounds exactly like it's saying haunted. I was like, what the fuck did I just say? And then Nate's like, oh, it said contract. I'm like, okay, I thought it said haunted. I thought we were about to be fucked.
Yeah.
The whistling was someone outside with their car. I didn't
Yeah, I could catch
include
that.
that with the video, but I did say it was debunked.
Yeah,
That was weird.
that's what I noticed too. Obviously, we can't give out where this place is,
Yeah.
but it was very populated.
Yeah.
So, the house not having windows, we had a lot of outside interference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one time me, Nate, and Cameron were on the third story in one of the rooms, and I forgot what we asked. We asked it some kind of question, and there was a girl's voice outside that was no.
Yeah.
And we're
Yeah.
like, well, that's debunked. Clearly. And then Nate's stomach kept growling, which was perfect on the camera. The camera captured every bit of it. You would hear a growl, and I was like, shut up!
Must have been hungry at the time.
No, you ate a shit ton of pizza is what happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta see that.
Oh, yeah. No, we ate a lot of pizza. So the reason why it's been a while since we've actually done a podcast episode is that how much can I say, Ryan?
What do you mean?
Well,
Like,
we haven't told our community about the podcast, so no one actually.
I mean, you say whatever you want about it, I guess.
Okay, I don't have a release date on the thing that I've been working on, but I have a plan of when it's gonna be released. I won't say it, but basically,
Talking about
the wearable objects and the thing that I put online for wearable objects. I'm speaking in code here.
Talking about now.
Yeah, can I talk about that?
Huh?
Can I talk about that? Am I allowed
Yeah,
to?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the reason why it took us a long time to even make a podcast episode in the first place was first of all,
Even
I've been
investigate.
yeah, but you have to do a bunch of research about something. So like when let's say we did an episode about the Banshee, we would have to go and when I say I would have to go and research about a bunch of stuff about the Banshee and maybe find a story on the Banshee and a bunch of backstory and some kind of truth to it, or what's the myth about it, or what does it look like, what does it sound like, what does it mean if you hear it, like there's just so many things that I have to do with it. And in the middle of that, I was editing 2 investigations, and then I had to make full lengths of those investigations. I also had to make 3 shorts per investigation. And on the side, I was working on a bunch of designs, which I have more designs that I can show you guys that I've made. And they're really cool designs where it's gonna be on t-shirts, hoodies, mugs. I'm working on hats and possible phone cases. And all of it is going to be on a website, and it's almost fully released. The only thing that I really want to do is I don't think Nate knows. I know wait, maybe you do know. I think I might have told you. No, I think I only told Cameron, but I've made a group. It's like a New England Paranormal Researcher group email where if anyone if anyone on the website contacts us or like for whatever reason or I don't know, it'll go to the group email and it'll send that email to every one of us. And I know I'm on it, Ryan's on it, the New England Paranormal Researcher email's on it, Cameron's on it. I don't know if you're on it, Nate.
Yeah, I don't think I am.
So I can probably try to get you on it. But so there's a lot of stuff like that where I just have to like perfect the website almost to make sure everything is good and functionality wise. Ryan, did you see that new page I added with the bios?
Yes, I did. It looks good.
Did you want me to add anything?
No, I think we gotta get Devin's. But
Oh yeah, no. So the thing is, I've known Nate and Cameron for a long time. I didn't know you or Devin before I joined, so I had a lot to say about them. I didn't know what to put for you or Devin, and I know you do a lot of like planning the investigations and business inquiries and stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what Devin does, so I didn't put anything in there for Devin.
He's just a skeptic.
Yeah, he's a skeptic. Me and Nate were making a little fun of him. We were like, "Oh, he's the sleeper on investigation. Yeah. He makes sure if the ghost can control dreams." But yeah, no. If you want to have anything added to your bio,
okay.
Yeah. So there's a few changes coming to this podcast. Instead of just doing a bunch of legends all the time, we actually want to do it where whenever we do an investigation, whenever that video gets released, we want to like have a podcast episode about that investigation because there's a lot of things that we either cut out or lose in footage. And there's a lot of backstory stuff. Like, for example, a really funny backstory is how we even got this investigation. And when Cameron told me, I said, of course it was Ryan. He was the only one that could have gotten an investigation out of what he was doing. He was metal detecting, and you wanted to metal detect on the abandoned like old property because it was old and you wanted to find something cool, and you like met with the owner and you started talking with them, and somehow it got into paranormal stuff, and then we got an investigation out of it. And you literally have speech 100.
Well, if you remember, I actually brought one of the things I found on the property to the investigation.
What was that again?
It was the bracelet.
Yeah.
Right, the bracelet.
Yeah.
Did you end up taking that, or did you leave it there?
Yeah, I have it. I still have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely. I don't know if I told you guys, but like one of my first experiences was I was metal detecting. My girlfriend was in the car, and me and Rick, we were just off doing our own thing, and all of a sudden I heard yelling. I heard my name being yelled, so I went back to the car, see my girlfriend. I'm like, why are you yelling to me? She's like, I didn't. I thought you were yelling to me. So we both heard yelling, but two different names. And I mean, our names don't really sound similar. So, and I remember standing next to my car, looking down in the basement and just not having a very good feeling about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And then that's when I brought up the possible investigation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was when we were talking to Ian about it, he was saying some pretty crazy stuff, like that we've already been there before, but we haven't been inside yet. And I'm like, oh my god, this guy knows too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff that Ian gets, it's like he gets a lot, but he has to choose what it is, and it's like 50-50. But he gets a lot of shit correct. Which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will do you know if he's if Ian's good to be on the Halloween investigation? Like the date that we planned?
I asked him. He said, yeah, he wants to. I told him where it was, and I haven't heard back. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was like.
Something. Oh, sorry. What's up?
No, I was just about to say that was like a month ago. So I don't know.
So I'm not gonna show it. But there is something I've been working on. I showed Nate a little while ago, but I want to show you, Ryan. Also, my thing's being a little weird, so let me just... Yeah, okay. Let me get rid of this real quick. And because it's on this monitor, so it's going to be frozen. Oh shit, is it on this monitor now? Oh fuck. It's on this monitor now. Okay. Let me copy this. Go back here. Go back here. This is, but I'm just gonna. That's not. Oh, right. Yeah. Here, look at that and tell me what you think. Oh, now my thing's all messed up.
Oh, that looks cool.
So I'm trying something a little bit different. What I'm trying to do. So one of the other merch ideas that I wanted to do, I wanted to make posters, and I got a lot of inspiration from your phone fell.
Yeah.
I got a lot of inspiration from like the Ghost Adventure posters. There's a lot of really cool ones out there. But I kind of like did my own twist on it, and I don't really have a good photo of all of us together, I guess. So what I wanted to do was at some point I wanted to take pictures of Nate, of you, Ryan. I wanted to take pictures of Cameron and Devin, but all like one-on-one, right? And then I'll go into editing, and then I'll put all of you guys together.
Okay.
Because that's the way that usually it's done.
I know that you talked about you want to. I know we talked about we want to redo the intro too.
The intro? Oh.
Yeah, you want to take like, yeah.
Yeah.
Without going into
I
detail.
I wanna redo the intro. It's weird. I want to redo like the entire intro. That's my problem. I keep on trying to find ways to be better about stuff. But I want to fix the ending of the intro first. But we can't exactly fix all of it because we just haven't really had a lot of screen time. I want to show you an image that has actually inspired the poster I showed you guys that I'm making. Things can be. That's the image that I was going to try to kind of recreate, but make it a lot different. And the way that they do it is they'll take photos of each one individually, and then they'll put them all together like that. And And my first iteration of that was good, but this one's like more blue and it's more, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not as good. I'm not like a extreme professional at it, but yeah.
Comparing it to what you made, though, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, there was some different things. Like I didn't know exactly how to, like, I know how to make a poster of like all of us. I don't know how to make a poster of like one individual. You know what I mean? And so I didn't know if you like say the name and then New England Paranormal Researchers or whatever. So what I did was I looked up Ghost Adventures Zach poster to get his own poster and see like the way that they do it. It's either they don't have any text at all or they'll just say Ghost Adventures. So I was like, okay, well, that doesn't help, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually on a printing thing, there is posters. And there's a lot of different sizes of posters too. And they're actually pretty cheap. But before we launch the website, which I can actually tell you guys an estimated date after the podcast, but I wanna buy some of the our merch already, just to see what quality they are. But a lot of people, and I've already looked up like Reddit and like just basically anywhere I could find, people apparently already really like the quality. But I want to test it before we release it to anyone.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Which I guess while we're on the subject, let me get those new designs so I can show you them. This one is one that I really want to give Cameron. I think it's hilarious and it's fantastic. Let me do that. Thankfully, okay. This is a new one that I've made. And I really want Cameron to have it. I guess I could say it. It's Ghost Bait, if you see me running, you should run too. I have another one where it says it's right behind me, isn't it? There's another one where it says I'd rather be ghost hunting. And then I want to start working on actual New England Paranormal Researcher stuff. But that's basically it.
Yeah. I like that though, in a way. Like at least a t-shirt design for every one of us individually, and then maybe some that are like with us together. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, I completely forgot about that. I wanted to have I gotta get with Cameron about it because we did rush order tees before, and Cameron made a really good like New England Paranormal Researcher member shirt, and I wanted to get that design from him so I could change it and then make it as just like a merch like New England Paranormal Researchers or whatever. Obviously, it won't say crew or member on the side, but and then I wanted to test the quality that way as well, where we could have like a member version just for us, and then we could buy that from whatever and see how good the quality is. That kind of stuff. Also, Nate, I need to get with you about something because I found something that is completely amazing. Have you ever researched into upscale technology with AI?
Somewhat, yeah.
So you'll notice if you ever like look up upscaling images, they're all like paid stuff. But something with AI is a lot of it's open source. So I just searched up upscale AI GitHub. And there is a really good upscale AI that's just completely out there for free because it's open source.
Yeah.
So I'll have to give you that. I don't know if you can use it for anything, but it's very nice because I'll I'll go online and I'll download like a fog texture or something, and it's like 200 pixels, and I'm like, well, I have like a 8,000 pixels over here, against a 200 pixel. So I put it through the AI, and it does an amazing job.
Yeah. Yeah. I personally don't know what I would use it for, but I wouldn't mind having one like that.
Well, are you still streaming and stuff?
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah, so for your thumbnails, you can like upscale.
True.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find another one where it's a background remover because I hate doing it tediously.
Actually, I found a thing for that. I don't know if I want it, but I have something for that.
I found a website that works really well, but it only gives you so many things, and then it like changes to paid. And I searched it on GitHub, and there was something there, but I didn't actually test it, so I don't know if it actually like is good or not.
I'll have to send you this link real quick. So you know Adobe, right?
Yeah.
They have a thing where it's completely free. It's on Chrome if you want to use it. But you can take any photo, and it will make it transparent for you just instantly.
Give me that link right now.
There you go.
Look at this. I know. I gotta sign in. What is this?
Oh yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
In order to you have to sign in.
Is it like where you have to like draw the background, or does it just know?
Oh yeah, you don't have to draw in the background. It just knows.
Holy.
I haven't tried it with like multiple different people, but I've tried it with one, and it works pretty well.
I'm putting the poster in there. I'm gonna see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna. It did it. It got a little confused because the bottom half of me is like fading out. So it got a little confused. Yeah. but it works. It works. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. I'll have to bookmark this.
Yeah. I did that a while ago for like YouTube personal use and all.
Yeah, because there's some really good like if you look at Phasmophobia ghosts, you can like take out the background and then upscale the actual like ghost and make it look high quality in your thumbnail and stuff. But thumbnails you don't really have to make it high quality because usually they're small on YouTube anyways.
Yeah, it's true.
Did you guys watch that video that I posted on the Discord about when it's dark how cameras react?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the video that I was trying to explain, but it's kind of hard to explain.
Actually looking at getting what are those lights called?
Infrared lights?
Yeah, the purple ones. The
ultraviolet.
Yeah, because I mean, especially
just be careful where you point it.
Yeah. Well, no, those lights you can't see them with the naked eye, but it picks it up on camera, and especially where we're going for our Halloween, we need those lights because there are absolutely no lights in this place.
Yeah. I was telling Cameron that I want to bring my laptop again because it did somewhat work last time, but I just didn't have an SD card reader. And that fucked me over so hard. I was trying to like somehow put all the footage on my laptop so that way we could clear the SD drives, and it was honestly I think we should just have huge SD cards so that way when we get back home we can unload it all. That way we don't like lose any videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started making a list of equipment that we should have. Definitely like a digital camera. That would be good. Walkie-talkies. Those lights. I was thinking like for those lights, because I want to get a couple more of those like $100 recorders and have iPods and just set them up. So
I'm thinking about getting that really expensive camera It's not like to be used really on because it's not like good and dark, right? But like it's very high quality if we want to like take a picture with all of us next to the house or whatever we're doing or something for the thumbnail,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
If you guys are looking for any like voice recorders in the
Oh, yeah,
future,
Nate has some.
I do have one I got for Christmas. So we got
Yeah.
that one pretty much covered.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to get more of these.
Oh, yep.
Those like,
I wanna
yeah.
get more of these. Because the one that we used in house investigation was get more of them. They were relatively cheap. I got them off of Temu, which you should never get things off of Temu, but I did because they were cheap and they actually work pretty well. So I should definitely get more of those because if we have like stationary well, that's the thing. They have to have power. That doesn't work. Doesn't work. Not with the place that we're gonna go.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Cameron because I'm sure they'll have like one room that has power, but
No, yeah, I mean, so you guys know where my girlfriend lives. I just
Yeah.
listened to ghost podcasts, and I was just listening to one driving down here, and they were talking about the place we're going, and they said they have a whole room full of vending machines and all that.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like public too, like public investigations, and then there's
Yeah.
private ones. Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Investigations, haunted houses. It's pretty much. Well, you guys didn't go to Penhurst.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Yeah, the setup is very similar to Penhurst.
I saw the I didn't watch all the way through them, but I did skim through the Penhost videos, and it did seem like everything was very out on display.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually supposed to be 3 parts, but then I'm not gonna go into details. I just got.
I know what you're
so,
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think that's all I have actually planned for this investigation, this podcast. This is a podcast, not an investigation. Do you guys have anything that you want to say?
That should be good.
I just can't wait to start investigating again. I mean, we have at least 4 investigations lined up for the spring and summer.
That was something I actually wanted to get to you with you guys about. Was I don't know how we can do it because I know I would probably be able to do the editing and stuff for what I want, but I don't even know if we would even have enough investigation or places to investigate to do what I want to do, which is have an investigation every 2 weeks. That doesn't seem...
Yeah.
Like, it would be easy to find time to investigate, but it would be hard to find places to investigate.
I mean, like I always said, you guys can just take the equipment and go around here. I'm more talking about, I guess, bigger investigations where we have to leave the state.
Yeah.
We got like 4 or 5 of those lined up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it would. I think we could find something, depending on what you want to do. Yeah.
Well, that's why on the website, and I know when we were having a discussion about it, you were a little hesitant on it. But one of the reasons why I had it on the website, the investigation requests, is because we just don't have a lot to investigate where we live.
No, we don't. I mean, we live in Vermont. The first thing you think of when you think of haunted is Emily's Bridge. We've been there so many times. It's the first couple times it's interesting, but then you go there and at least for me, I don't think for the viewers it's very entertaining
It's
anymore.
not. I've been there a few times and I agree. It is cool, like, to be there on your first investigation, but after that, it's very rare stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. I like to investigate less. I don't know how to say less popular
But
places. I don't know.
yeah,
Hmm.
Unless it's like something you have to pay for, because then they're not like constantly being fucked with.
they were.
I guess is the way to put it.
There's a place I want to go to, and I don't know why we've never been. It's in Waterbury. So
You want me to mute and then you can
I,
say
I
it?
it's I mean we don't have a set date, but it's the Waterbury Dam
Oh yeah.
because
Oh.
the boat launch near the Waterbury Dam, obviously that's public. Anyone can go.
Yeah.
But go up the road, that leads to I don't know if you guys know it, but Ricker Basin.
I've not heard that before.
I've never
It's
heard of it.
it's a very old abandoned town and only one building remains. But so I'm thinking with the water, we might get something. So, and I've heard people have died at the dam, and I actually been told to investigate there at least 4 times.
Mm.
So,
That could be a pretty cool one to investigate.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be cool. I know there was me and Nate tried to investigate the dam that's in Milton, and it was hard to do, but I believe we were getting stuff. Were
Yeah,
we,
I
Nate?
think we were. I think
think
we're
we
getting
were.
some. Yeah.
But also there was like, because it was like they closed it off because like people were like suiciding and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so me and Nate were there at night. So every car that went by, we were like hiding. We didn't want anyone to call the police on us saying that we were trying to,
Yeah. I mean, I go there night fishing and stuff. And I never had a problem with that.
Yeah.
I've been there investigating too, and there was. I've gotten it. I've heard people walking on top of the dam,
Yeah.
and I mean, you guys know it's pretty lit up near the dam, so we couldn't see anyone.
Yeah.
So
Actually, another place we could go to is the orphanage. That it's next to the cemetery that Cameron went to and says that he'll never go back.
yeah, I know where you're in Burlington.
Yeah, the Burlington one.
Yeah.
The orphanage, the original building is now apartment buildings, but they still claim they have paranormal experiences. But the person that owns the I think it's it's the same thing. So the building manager doesn't want any investigating. But in the cemetery, I'll have to bring you guys because it's kind of confusing where it is. But off to the right is like all the nuns and children that died in the orphanage.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wanted to it's kind of an unrelated, but you know how we like ask questions in investigations?
Yeah.
One of the things, and obviously it's not credible because ghosts can lie, obviously, was I wanted to ask questions that actually have more of a meaning than their name and their history or whatever. Stuff like, I actually did it in the Morgue Investigation. Of course, they didn't answer. But I was like, can you smell things? I even made a joke at the Conjuring house. I'm like, can you jump? And you guys were like, what's wrong with you?
Like one thing, like, a lot of people ask us, or tell us if they're, you know, ask this, ask that. Well, we have asked that. We haven't got anything. That's part of the reason it's not in the video.
Yeah.
But it almost seems, almost as soon as you, I guess, joke around with each other, that's when stuff starts to happen.
Yeah, it's weird like that.
Because I think we're not letting our guard down, but we kind of are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think
We're kind of
that's
telling
when,
the ghost that it's okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, I've done many different styles of ghost hunting. I've done serious. I guess you can call this kind of relaxed.
Yeah.
All types. And this is the one that seems to work the best.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say we were, at first at the Conjuring House, we took it serious, but we also got really tired really fast. And
Yeah.
look at what happened. I mean,
We
the
started
door
fucking with the ghost, and then
it just us joking around, and the door opened twice. We heard the footsteps, we heard voices, but before that, we were really serious, and nothing happened. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be a coincidence, but
And I can totally relate to that, because me and Nate were looking at analytics on YouTube, and Nate told me that there was this guy that asked, "Why don't you ask what the name is? Like, what is their name? Why don't you ask, oh, is their body buried in the cemetery?" Well, we have. It's just when we don't get a response, I don't include it in the video, but it'll be in the full length. It's hard, and there's a lot of people also out there that will say, like, "Oh, this is fake because you're getting all these things." When I go ghost hunting, I don't get anything. That's because we cut all of that out.
yeah, I mean,
Like, we went to the morgue, and literally, it's like Ryan said, we were there for 3 hours and nothing was happening at all. Like, our REM pod was going off. I don't know if that was even paranormal. I think that was just, I don't know. I don't know what that was.
was weird.
It was weird. It was like unintelligible. Although the timing, the comedic timing of fucking Cameron waving around the thing and then it stop and then it beeps was amazing. But it's just, I don't think people understand that no one's going to make a video of them investigating a place where nothing happens.
Okay, so I have. I mean, you guys know,
I know you have.
they're not interested.
Yeah.
They're not.
But I wanted to prove, like, we actually do this for real. But then I'm like, well, why just put up a video in the complete dark
Mm-hmm.
when you can just get to the actual paranormal stuff?
Yeah.
So,
and that's why I kind of delved into what we're doing now, where we do cut a lot of like boring stuff out, but we have a full length on a free Patreon where people can just go on there and they could watch the full thing, and they'll know that we're not bullshitting. We were there for 3 hours and nothing happened. So we try to make the video as entertaining as possible, but we don't fake any of the things that we do. That's one of the huge things.
And I noticed, Tristen, you've been putting a disclaimer on our videos. We might take something as paranormal in the moment, but then realize it might not. Like the whistling.
Yeah.
So.
Which I only did that disclaimer for the Conjuring House for legal reasons, and I'm not going to say that on the podcast, but you guys know. But it is also a true fact where, like, something might happen, and we're going like, oh, it's paranormal. And even later on in editing, we'll be like, oh, it's paranormal, but there's a possibility that it could have been this, right? So everything that you actually see may not, like, there could be an explanation, but it's weird. Like the portal sessions, I don't know how you can debunk that. But I know how you can fake it, but the whole reason why the full length is there is that once we get done with the investigation, my first thing that I ever do, put it all together and just release it out as a full length. That way people know that I don't have time. I don't have the time to go in there and to put in all these like things and all these fake evidences and then push it out. Because at that point, why don't I just edit the goddamn video sooner and then put it out?
Right.
So, yeah, no, I hope the system that we're doing is working, but I wish people would understand that we're not. And I remember when I first joined the group, I was watching the old videos. We would have like 2-hour long videos where not much would happen. And they would sometimes just get super popular, but we wouldn't get many subscribers, and they would leave very soon. I've seen the analytics on those videos.
Yeah.
But the videos were like, I would put in like in this episode or like something to catch the eye. That's been actually, and I should show you guys the analytics after the video, but it's been working where they'll stay longer. Because what happens is if you have a thumbnail, you want the thumbnail to scream the title without saying the title. That way they'll click on the thumbnail. But if they start watching and it's just like an introduction or whatever, they'll get further and further from the possibility of that thumbnail being true. So they'll probably just leave. That's why I always put like the in this episode thing. So that way they know, okay, this is what's coming up. It's about to pop off. You better hold on. And then we get into the intro and stuff. But ever since I started doing that, it's been working really well. And one of the big regrets that I have with the Conjuring House investigation is I put the disclaimer first when I should have put the in this episode first, because we actually lost a lot of those viewers because of that disclaimer. Like they would they would start watching and they would read the disclaimer and they would click off. When when I should have the in this episode and then the disclaimer, so that way they know what's gonna happen. I should have done it that way, but I wasn't. Oh. I was rushing. I was rushing that video out.
It's always next time, though.
Yeah, there's always next time, and you can always learn things. There is actually past 3:00. We have a new short that got uploaded at 3. It was scheduled. It's just a short. This is the one. This is kind of like I kind of redid the in this episode. And then the 2 other shorts that I have planned are literally us just fucking around. Like Nate's stomach going off and us thinking it's paranormal. Cameron falling on his ass. Yeah, that kind of stuff. But
Larry.
Can we make a shirt off of that, by the way?
I don't think we have a clear enough image, but I can see.
You can see the vision there, right?
Yeah. But it is very if you ever do, for the listeners, if you ever do actually do paranormal investigating, it really does feel like if you are more relaxed than serious, that rubs off on the ghosts. And you're almost somehow like letting them know that it's okay if they speak to you or contact you or whatever. And it works for us at least.
Because I feel if you're going into it too serious, you're almost demanding.
Exactly.
Even if you say you're not, like, no, I'm not demanding, but there's a different tone of asking what their name is, being serious and joking.
Instead of demanding, you want to invite them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which a really good example of that is next investigation. I'm not going to reveal too much.
Here's an example, I guess. In the morgue, there was a time that Cameron said his chest was hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And said, "Hey, doctor, we need you. Can you come in here?"
Mm-hmm.
And then we started getting stuff on the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. A really good example is in our next set of investigation, we were doing the portal session, and Cameron, being the idiot that he is, was like making brutally fun of the ghost. And was like, the first thing I said when we turned on the portal was, "Can you throw Cameron?" And Cameron was like, "Throw me my fucking Mountain Dew." And then Colby throws him the Mountain Dew, and he's like, "Thank you," to the ghost. Like, stuff like that. And we started getting stuff after that. There was a point where I asked you, Ryan, like, "Oh, what was your experience after the Conjuring house?" And you started talking, but they kept on interrupting. So I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." And I turned it down, and you knew they were starting to yell. They started to, I was like, "Shut up, I toned you down for a reason."
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
Yeah, no, it's making fun of, like, just joking around actually increases paranormal activity.
Not actually making fun of the ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously you want to be respectful, but it's...
Yeah, we're definitely respectful, but it's having that, I guess, space.
Yeah.
Just relax, kind of joking around, stuff like that. That we, I guess, invite them.
Yeah.
And just, because, especially like the place we're going to, people go in there really serious, which I guess is okay.
Yep.
But I don't think they have a lot of people that will go in there and kind of joke around with them. And you got to think, if you guys know that place, if you did any history, it's a very sad place.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, I actually, one of the things that I try to do before investigations is I try to usually watch like a documentary on it, or that kind of stuff, because it does it
I usually
kind
do
of
that
gives
too,
you a
yeah.
little bit of the history and whatever, or watching someone else investigate it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we did the tour on the Conjuring house, the guy said, "Oh, they will push open this door if you close it sometimes," and eventually they did. They opened that door, and we caught it on camera. So after that happened, we put a goddamn REM pod in front of it. We were like, if that happens again, we'll catch that.
Yep.
So yeah, we try to gather as much stuff as we can before we do an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are reaching the 1 hour mark, so I'm probably gonna wrap things up. Is there anything that you guys want to
say? Keep calm and keep ghost hunting.
Is that your favorite one, Nate?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Ryan, what's your favorite design so far?
I think it's I'm just here for the booze.
That was pretty good too.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
I like the new one. I also like the new one that you just sent us. The
oh yeah, the ghost bait one.
Yeah,
that one's fun. Yeah. Which thankfully the thing that I'm using has really good tools for me to use, because I would be terrible. When I started doing the designs, did I ever show you how bad the designs were?
I don't think so.
I had a design of like a lighthouse and like bats flying around that lighthouse, and it sounds like a cool idea, but God, the execution was terrible. And then I had another one where it was like a big moon and there was like bats like over the moon.
Yeah.
That one wasn't that good, but it was better than the other one. That one's not on the store anymore. But no, I wanna get actual merch. Like I want to put at some point. I want to make like a decal that you can like put on a car or something.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to do that, but we don't really have a decal dedicated to us.
Yeah, actually, Devin has a decal on his car of you guys.
Yeah, I think he took it off, but he did. Yeah, the Ouija board.
That one was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I know where you can get them, but I'll just have to make a design for it. We could do the paranormal researcher icon thing that we did, and just have that be a decal as well. Yeah. I mean, we're obviously gonna have more like the actual NEPO stuff, but all right, I'm gonna wrap things up.
Right.
I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. Be tuned for everything that's happening soon. We have a lot of things planned, a lot of things that we haven't told you yet, but stay tuned for the website and stuff. If you guys live near us and need a house investigated, we might be able to do it. So if you live in Vermont, give us a holler. But see you guys.
So yeah.